Yes, ma'am. What's your name?
Katie.
Hey,
Hi.
Katie. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm great.
I just had a question about the moral issue where you said that there's things that we inherently know, that we already know is right and wrong, which I had kind of two questions about it. First was that you had said previously that God and the Bible, that's what gives us morality, and without that, it's just an opinion. So if we already have these inherent traits, then how can it just be an opinion? We can still, sorry.
Oh, no, I see. I think I see where you're going, Katie. Let me reframe it. What I don't mean is I don't mean that if I just have a moral sentiment that it's just my opinion if my moral sentiment corresponds to God's nature. That's not an opinion. I'm saying if there is no such thing as goodness known as God's nature, then every thought I have about morality is just an opinion because there is no objective morality for me to appeal to see if my opinion lines up with his nature. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
And the second thing, I'm trying to figure out how to word this. I should have processed this more before I stood up.
Take your time. It's okay.
Basically, sorry. You said that there's an inherent set of morals and people without God wouldn't have morals, and that is not subjective, but yet throughout history and different cultures, each set of cultures has their different sense of morality. Like, there are cannibals who believe that that's perfectly fine, and there are people who believe in that's, well, I don't believe in cannibalism, so there are people that believe cannibalism is wrong, so.
Good question. Let's take the cannibal situation for a second. Because the guy I mentioned earlier, Jay Budziszewski, I was talking about to Moses, he talks about that in his book. It turns out that people who are cannibals just define people in the other tribe as not human. And then they go through these rituals to try and expunge themselves of the guilt of engaging in cannibalism. They know it's wrong, and what they do is they redefine the other people as not human, so then suddenly it becomes right for them. It's the same thing that happened with the Nazis. Hitler could not get his SS to kill Jews without dehumanizing the Jews. He called them subhuman creatures in order to get the Jew, or to get his SS to actually kill them, because it's such a strong sentiment that you ought not kill innocent human beings. So what do you need to do in order to get people to kill innocent human beings is you just define them as non-human.
Yes, I understand that dehumanization is what makes the murder, but okay, aside from murder, any other moral issues like LGBT rights, that actually spans through many different churches, how they have different opinions as the time goes on, and as we go on as a society, things in the Bible change. Not in the Bible, our views on how we interpret the Bible change.
That's the difference between what we call sociology and morality. Morality, let me reverse that. Morality is true, right, and wrong. What we think about true, right, and wrong, and how we practice morally is what's called sociology. And so we might change our moral practices, but that doesn't necessarily mean that right and wrong changes. If right and wrong changes, there's no way to see if you're ever making any moral progress. Because, say, we all agree slavery's wrong, right? So there's got to be a standard that says slavery's wrong, right? If the idea that slavery was wrong changed, you couldn't see whether you're getting better or worse compared to the standard. The standard can't change if you're going to say that, oh, our society's getting better or our society's getting worse. The only way you can use terms like better or worse is if you have a reference that doesn't change, a standard.
But just the standards have changed. Like, there was a long time ago, slavery was acceptable.
The sociological standards have changed. What we thought about morality changed, but morality didn't change. God's nature didn't change. What we thought about God's nature may have changed.
Okay, thank you.
Does that make sense?
Olá! Se você está buscando aprofundar os seus conhecimentos na Bíblia, então está no lugar certo. O curso Interpretação Bíblica do Gênesis ao Apocalipse é a melhor opção para quem deseja ter o conhecimento necessário para compreender os textos bíblicos e aplicá-los na prática. Nesse curso, você terá acesso a conteúdos exclusivos sobre a interpretação bíblica, bem como aulas ministradas por professor com experiência no assunto. Além disso, você terá a oportunidade de acompanhar ensinamentos e debates com convidados especiais, que contribuirão para o aumento dos seus conhecimentos. Não deixe de conferir os conteúdos do curso, que abordam desde o Gênesis até o Apocalipse, passando por todos os outros livros da Bíblia. Você terá acesso a informações valiosas que contribuirão para a sua formação teológica e espiritual. Não perca mais tempo. Aproveite essa grande oportunidade de adquirir conhecimento e se tornar um grande estudante da Palavra de Deus. Inscreva-se agora mesmo e aproveite todos os benefícios que o curso tem a oferecer.